Welcome everyone to this 30-minute yin yoga practice. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I'm lucky to be at Bon Air Christian Church. It's a little chilly, so I'm going to keep my jacket on. Today our yin yoga practice is focusing on opening the body and focusing on nurturing. And I thought this was appropriate for Mother's Day. And as we're in our practice, if we can remember those who have nurtured us through life, male or female, and just maybe think about what that felt like as we go through our practice. So we're in each pose for about 3 minutes. I will be using my cell phone to record the time. You will, if you have it, need 2 blocks. If you don't have blocks, that's okay. If you have a blanket or pillows, that might help you be more comfortable and warm. And this is a practice, since we're in the pose for 3 minutes, you might find you just want to relax into it. The opening poses can sometimes make people feel a little bit vulnerable. So just be aware of that and expect that if you start to think, golly, things are opening up inside of me, that's perfectly normal, and just go with the flow. So let's start our practice by sitting nice and tall, the base of the spine reaching into the earth, the crown of the head towards the heaven, lifting the heart. Hands can be on the knees, palms face down or face up for receiving. Let's take a moment here to find some stillness. Breathing in and out through the nose. Becoming aware and thinking of those who have nurtured us throughout our lives and what role nurturing plays in our life today. To begin our practice, we'll start with 1 round of Om, bringing palms together at heart center in Anjali Mudra, offering seal. We'll breathe in through our nose to chant. Breathe in to chant. Om. Palms come back down to the knees, shoulders back and down away from the ears, the tips of the shoulder blades pulling towards one another to lift the heart in gratitude. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep belly breath in and out through the nose. Palms come behind you. Rock back a little bit. We're going to lie down on our back, but I want you to do this in a very safe way. So this is supported fish pose. So we take our block. If you don't have one, that's fine. You can do it without it, or use a cushion from a sofa, or use a pillow or a bolster. So 1 block is lengthwise and the other is lengthwise for your head. So I laid it down this way. When you come down anytime, you want to be on your hip, lower down on your elbow, and then gently roll over. If you have blocks, you'll place that first block between your shoulder blades, and you might have to scoot around a bit. And then your head will lower down, and you have to find that as well on that second block. So we're really lifting the heart. Arms will come down either out to the sides or down beside your sides. So you find what's comfortable for you. If you're not on blocks, you can roll your shoulders back behind you, and slowly, as we're here for 3 minutes, you will find yourself just sinking into the mat, which is exactly what you want. So let me time it. So while we're here, we're going to have an affirmation, which you can repeat to yourself. I find time to nurture myself. I find time to nurture myself. So breathing in and out through your nose, allowing the body just to relax and rest either on blocks or on your mat. Feel your body slowly give way and release tension. Release anything that you're holding onto and just let it go. I find time to nurture myself. And here, as we breathe in and out through the nose, visualize what it is that you love to do or see or smell that nurtures your body and your soul and your mind. Relax the knees, the ankles, the low back, the chest. Feel your heart lifting, opening up for reception, for nurturing, for everything that the universe has to offer. Become aware of any tension you might feel in your body, and with every exhale, release that tension. So preparing to come out of the pose. If you are not on blocks, remain where you are. If you are on blocks, bring your elbows in towards your ribs as closely as you can. Plant your hands onto the mat. Take a nice deep inhale. As you exhale, engage your core and slowly pull yourself up to a seated position. Remove your blocks. We're going to go back down again, and again the same way. Onto your side. Slowly roll over onto your back. Knees are bent, feet are hip distance apart and flat on the mat. Bring your right knee into your chest and your left knee into your chest. Interlace your fingers and gently rock back and forth. I find time to nurture myself. Just a few belly breaths here. Inhale, center. Exhale, bring your right foot down to the mat, the left foot down to the mat. Readjust your shoulders so that your shoulders are on the mat. Bring your feet, wiggle them in together, feet together, knees together. We're going into reclined butterfly pose. If this is intense for you, you can use your blocks underneath your knees or pillows or paper towel rolls to help support your knee. So let me grab one quickly so I can show you. So inhale, center. Exhale, slowly allow your knees to fall towards the outer edge of your mat. And then the soles of your feet will come together. For some people, this is quite challenging, so you can place a block underneath both knees if you need to. It can be any level you need it. It can be a high level or the lower level. So we're here for 3 minutes. Breathing in and out through the nose. And our affirmation here is, I am aware of my thoughts and feelings and accept them. I am aware of my thoughts and feelings and accept them. Big, deep belly breaths through the nose. As you exhale, release. If there's tension anywhere in your jaw, in your neck, the shoulders, maybe the hands or fingers, let all of that go. I am aware of my feelings and thoughts and accept them. By staying in a pose for 3 or more minutes, we are creating space in our joints. We're elongating the tendons. We are nurturing the fascia. We're elongating the ligaments and strengthening them. So even though it feels as if you are being inactive, you are giving an opportunity to your body to nourish itself in a way that you normally don't allow it to do. If you do it often enough, you will notice changes in your flexibility and range of motion. I am aware of my thoughts and feelings, and I accept them. So preparing to come out of this pose. As we inhale, push your heels towards one another and slowly allow your knees to come back up. Use your hands to help you if you need to. Then your feet, walk them out so they are hip distance apart. Hug in your right knee one more time, and then your left knee. Interlace your fingers and rock gently back and forth. So this cradle position is always a very, very nurturing position. This is called child's pose when we are on the floor face down. This is the reclined version, or one of the reclined versions, but it's very loving and nurturing. So for our next pose, inhale center, exhale first your right foot down to the mat with bent knee, and then your left foot down to the mat with bent knee. You will need a block for this pose, but if you don't have one, you can use a book, or you can just do it without a block. We're going into a pigeon pose using the support of a bridge, going through bridge pose. So if you find you're not getting a good stretch towards your quad, you can reverse and go ahead and do a regular pigeon pose while we are in this reclined position. So inhale center, exhale, push into your feet and slowly lift up into bridge pose. Take your block, place it underneath any level that you want. This would be really high for me, so I usually take it to this level and slowly lower the sacrum down onto the block. Inhale, center, stretch out your left leg and bring your right leg into your chest and interlace your fingers around your shin below the knee. To get a good stretch, flex your left foot and kind of push into your left heel. Shoulders should be on the mat. Once you've found your correct tension, release your left foot and relax in this pose for 3 full minutes. And our affirmation here is, I pray for renewal and let go of all expectations. I pray for renewal and let go of all expectations. Breathing in and out through the nose, achieving deep belly breaths, releasing everything on the exhale. Become aware of different sensations you have in your body as you're in this pose. This may not be just challenging for your quads, but it may be challenging for other areas as well. As a reminder, if it becomes too intense, if there's pinching or burning or just a discomfort that you feel like you need to get out of, that is your body telling you that you've gone too far and it's too much. I pray for renewal and let go of all expectation. Relaxing the chest, the shoulders, the jaw, the feet. Finding gratitude for those who nurtured us in our lives and who continue to nurture us in our lives. Preparing to come out of this pose, inhale, center. Exhale, drop the right foot to the mat, bend the left knee. Inhale, as you exhale, push into your feet and come up into a bridge pose. We'll hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale as you come down, slowly lower back onto your block or onto your mat or bolster, whatever you have to support you. Adjust the block underneath so that you are fully supported. Extend your right leg straight out. Left leg comes in, bend the knee, interlace the fingers. Flex the right foot, Push into that heel, really get a good stretch in your quad. When you're where you want to be, relax your foot. And we're here for 3 minutes, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Finding time for renewal, finding time for new energy, bringing our pranayama, our life force and energy into the body, and releasing and letting go of what we do not need. Becoming aware of any sensation you might have in your body. If it's too much, then you back off. Maybe adjust your position. Otherwise, breathe in and out through the nose, nice solid belly breaths, releasing every tension, every muscle on your exhale. Allow yourself to really just let go of all the expectations, of all of the external desires that are imposed on you. And find that love and that warmth in your heart that was shared with you by your mother, a grandmother, a church member, your pastor, a father. Recall any time when you felt so loved and full and so nurtured that you had no other desire than to share that love and nurture with the rest of the world. Because when we have something wonderful, we always want to share. And when we experience the divine, we always want to share. And preparing to come out of this pose, inhale, center. Exhale, bring your left foot down to the mat. Bend your right knee and place your right foot down on the mat. Inhale, push into your heels, lift up into bridge for 5, 4, squeeze your thighs towards one another, 2, 1, remove your block, slowly come down from your bridge. Stretch out first your right leg all the way out. Extend your left leg all the way out. Both arms come up overhead, really stretching opposite directions. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Bring your arms back down by your side. Bend your left knee. Place your left foot on the floor. We're preparing for our twist. And there are 2 ways to do the twist. The simple way, and one which will give you not as much of a twist, is to put both feet on the floor. And then on your exhale, allow both knees to drop over to one side. A little bit more intense, which is the one I thought we would try today, is your right leg is extended. Your left leg is bent. Inhale, center. Exhale, allow your left knee to come over your body. Make adjustments as you allow your left knee to drop down to the floor. If at any point this is too much sensation for you, then I would bring that right knee up, keeping both shoulders on the mat. So that's important. If you're in this position with your right leg straight and your knee doesn't touch the floor, you can place a block or a pillow or something underneath it to give you the support that you need. And we're here for 3 minutes. So again, both shoulder blades should be touching the mat as best as you can. If it's too intense, make your adjustments. If you have one leg straight, it is a very deep twist, so we will be very careful when we do come out of this twist. And while here our affirmation is, I am aware of the fullness of my life. I am aware of the fullness of my life. Breathing deep through the nose, exhaling everything you don't need. Becoming aware of tension and letting it go. Where is there tension in your life that you need to let go of? Is it a thought? Is it a relationship? Whatever is not nurturing you may be harming you. I am aware of the fullness of my life. And preparing to come out of this pose, inhale, center. Exhale, slowly allow your left hip as you unwind to come down to the mat and prepare to place your left foot on the mat. Bend your right knee, place your right foot on your mat. Push into your heels, make any adjustments you need to straighten yourself out. Stretch both legs out on your mat. Relax your feet, your legs, your arms, and feel the sensation of that deep twist on one side of your body. And we're here for just a few breaths in the rebound. And preparing for the other side, inhale, bend your right knee, place your right foot on your mat, left knee bent, left knee on the mat. Make any adjustments you need to. Stretch out your left leg one more time if you're doing the deeper twist. If not, keep both knees bent. Inhale, center. exhale, allow your right knee to come towards the right side of your mat, keeping both shoulders on the mat. If your knee is not touching the mat or the floor, then use a block for support under that knee. You may notice that one side is different than the other side. And that's okay. We're really just becoming aware of our body and what we feel and opening up spaces that are otherwise closed because we don't nurture them in ways that they should and need to be nurtured. And while here, our affirmation is, I am aware of the fullness of God's love in my life. I am aware of the fullness of God's love in my life. I am aware of the fullness of God's love in my life. I'm aware of the beauty of every cell in my body. And I am grateful for God's love in my life. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose. Allow all the tension to release on your exhale. Notice where you're holding tight. Let that go. If it allows you to fall out of the pose, that's okay. You're really letting go. You might even feel yourself begin to untwist, and that's okay. And preparing to come out of this twist, inhale, center. As you exhale, allow your right hip to come towards the mat. Engage your core muscles if you feel too much tension. Unwind, place your right foot on the mat. Bend your left knee, placing the left foot on the mat. Make a few adjustments. Bring your arms back to your sides. Straighten out your right leg. Straighten out your left leg. Reach both arms overhead, really stretching opposite sides. And we're at the final pose of our practice today, Shavasana. Bringing arms down by your side, really relaxing and letting go of every tension in the body. So while you're in Shavasana for 2 full minutes, I will Om to begin the Shavasana practice and end with Om before we close out our practice. So with eyes closed or gentle gaze, palms facing up to the sky, fully relaxed. Become aware of all the sensations in your body that you have experienced during your practice. Begin to slowly make gentle movements, wiggling fingers and toes. Stretch your arms overhead, reaching opposite directions. Make circles with your wrist and your ankles one way and then the other way. Bring your arms back down by your side. Roll over on your right side or your left side, whichever is most comfortable for you. And come into the fetal position and just lay here with your eyes closed or with a gentle gaze. And while here, consider these words. I will nurture myself by nurturing the world. Today, I will nurture the world with all of my relationships, with attention, appreciation, with kindness, with tenderness, beauty, and love. I will see all of nature expressing itself through me. On your next exhale, place your palm on the mat and gently push yourself up to a seated position. Whatever is comfortable for you. And palms come together at heart center. Thank you so much for doing this practice with me today. I hope it nurtured your body and your soul. Please move gingerly for the next hour or so as we did some very deep stretching, and it will take time for your body to make the adjustments that it needs. Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy, peaceful, and free. I pray for your nurturing. I pray that today you nurture those around you as well. Namaste.